What's going on, my free thinking rebels? It's Stefan Subero, the Holistic Growth Mentor, coming to you once again on Decrypting Crypto. Now, remember, this show is brought to you by the Future of Money. More about that a bit later. How's it going, everyone? I hope everyone is doing well. I know that the last live stream, we had a bit of technical issues down the end. So I made some new adjustments. Hopefully everything is sounding good right now. I don't know if we have anybody on the line. If the sound is not coming out right, please let me know in the comments. Now, we got a lot to cover today. We have the adoption, the news, Twitter highlights, interesting things happening this week. We're also going to take a small look at the market to get an idea of where we'll be closing off this week and what we can expect moving forward. So first, we're going to start with the news highlights. Let's jump into the first story. So right now we have Valkyrie funds to add Ethereum futures, an exchange-traded fund, after the SEC's approval. Yay, SEC, you're doing something good, finally. So it says, investment manager Valkyrie Funds LLC has begun adding Ethereum futures to its existing Bitcoin future exchange traded fund after getting the green light from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, the company said on Thursday. The renamed Valkyrie Bitcoin and Ether Strategy, ETF, will launch on Monday. Valkyrie's chief investment officer, Stephen McClure, told Reuters. It would be the first time futures based on Ethereum or Ether contracts would be available to investors via an exchange-traded fund in boost for the crypto market. Now, listen, this is great news, obviously, because we want easy access to crypto. Personally, I want to see Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF fund, but not in the futures. I want to see a spot fund. You know, I'm looking forward to that BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. I believe that's going to create massive adoption, but definitely a good step moving forward. Now, let's move on to Coinbase. So Coinbase rolls out futures trading for retail crypto traders globally. Again, more adoption. Crypto exchange Coinbase announced this Thursday its global arm, Coinbase International Exchange, secured approval from the Bermuda Monetary Authority to offer perpetual futures to qualified non-US retail customers. According to the blog post, Coinbase plans to launch its regulated perpetual futures contracts on its Coinbase Advanced platform in the coming weeks. Remember this, regulated. So we are dedicated to partnering with high bar global regulators to build a crypto regulatory framework that allows crypto technology to continually drive innovation. You know what? Again, any type of adoption, and we know the regulation is coming. So we know we're going to have to comply to certain regulations to get crypto to that next level. Now, I really hope that the regulations can remain like it's a fine line. It's a fine line we need to have between over regulating and under regulating. Unfortunately, the SEC has not done a very good job at maintaining that line. So let's see what happens moving forward, but this is definitely great news as well. Next, we have the crypto exchange Kraken plans to move into the US stock trading. Take a look at this. According to the September 27 Bloomberg report, the US-based exchange planned to launch its trading service in the US and United Kingdom somewhere in the 2024 division called Kraken Securities. Kraken's expansion of investment vehicles beyond cryptocurrency would require licensing from the Financial Industry Regulators Authority and financial regulators in the UK, which the exchange reportedly already holds. Again, listen, let's step back for a moment and kind of analyze those three. And great news for crypto. We want to see more regulation. We want to see more adoption. We want to see the accessibility to specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum become much easier for everyone. This is going to allow for us to have more adoption. It's going to create and build more trust for the general public to start diversifying into cryptocurrency. Now, before we move on to the market updates, let's take a quick look at our sponsors. As the world sinks deeper into debt, your hard-earned money loses value daily. The solution: safeguard your wealth with smart, diversified, and decentralized income strategies. Breakout Solutions is on a mission to take back personal freedom, individual rights, and financial sovereignty. As the era of CBDC's digital IDs and social credit system approaches, it's crucial to act now to safeguard your financial future. Introducing the Future of Money, your guide to what's happening and what is coming. Join our 90-minute session to equip yourself, your loved ones, and your business against a system bent on control. Your time is precious. Don't waste it anymore. Use the link below, join our next virtual event, and access my exclusive bonuses. Future of Money, my friends, don't miss it. Use the link in the description to join us. Now, we're going to move on to the market update. Now, I did an extensive video on Wednesday about my views on where we are in the market cycle. I will leave the link up here for you to check out and also in the description. But let's dive in for a second and take a look at the crypto bubbles. Now, it's been a great week. Comp is on top, 22% increase in comp this week. RLB following right behind with 21.1%. Listen, this is a great week. There's barely any reds. The biggest downside is IMX with a minus 13.4%, but overall we look great. Now, next up, I want to take a look at something different today. Let's look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart. This is also going to tie in with what I was talking about on Wednesday regarding where we are in the market cycle. So if we look at it right now, we are in this light blue area, which is a buy zone. Before that, the best area we had was down here, which was basically just whenever we're down here, if you buy, you will make money. Right now, we're also in a great zone to keep buying. This has been historically the bottom of the market in the past. So we're now just continuing this accumulation phase. So as we continue in these areas, we want to keep accumulating, dollar cost averaging, getting into our positions, and just preparing for the bull market. Preparation, my friends. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So get in and get ready. This is why we educate. This is why we do what we do, so that we can prepare you. Okay. Now let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. Not much has changed. We're basically in this middle ground, right? We're indecisive. Are we going up? Are we going down? Nobody knows. But for the last month, we've just been ranging between the 48, 49. So that's great. More time to accumulate. Let's just keep in this gray area, right? Let's just keep moving sideways for a little bit so we can keep getting our positions in. So like I said before, I made an extensive video talking about the market cycle. Not much has changed. If we look on the weekly right now, possibly we will be closing the weekly candle still within this smaller pattern. We'll kind of see at the end of today if we break out or not. Possibilities, we could also break down momentarily and then break back into this pattern. But like I said before, I think we're just going to range between this ascending triangle until we can break out above this massive resistance area that we have right here. So that is it for the market updates. We're going to soon move on to the Twitter highlights. Before we do that, now, anybody that has been following Decrypting Crypto, if you have been listening to cryptocurrencies, you're kind of on the sideline. Right now, most people are not even looking at crypto because mainstream media is not talking about it. And that is by design. Because right now, smart money is investing. This is the time when institutional investors are putting their money in. This is when they are basically loading up their bags. Now, mainstream and the regular traders, regular people will not start buying into cryptocurrencies until it is too late. That is what happens historically, and that is what always will happen. This is by design. This is so that the regular folk will start to hear about it when we're already 200-300% up. They start getting in, that pushes the price up even more, and that's when smart money, who's been accumulating all now, that's when they start to cash out. And then what happens? The price goes down. Now, don't get caught in that cycle. Be smart money. Join us at the FOM. And if you want to, if you're in such a rush and you can't wait for the FOM, I'll also leave a link in the description below. I'll be happy to book a 15-minute free complimentary coaching call with me. And that would allow us to look at your current situation, kind of get an idea of what your goals are and what you want to accomplish. And figure it together. All right. Enough about me. Let's move on to the Twitter highlights. So in the Twitter highlights, we have a CZ, the man himself. Everything will be done to ensure a smooth transition. All user funds are safe. Among other things, holders will continue to enjoy a 25% trading fee discount on CommEx.com. So this tweet from CZ comes after Binance, because Binance is leaving Russia and they are basically moving all of their members over to CommEx.com. CommEx. So basically CZ is just talking about creating a smooth transition, which is great. He has done the best under the circumstances to ensure that Binance reputation stays strong and that people can still maintain their trust. So all Binance members that are moving over to CommEx will, that's a nice 25% trading fee discount. Hey, you can't go wrong with that, right? Next one. Now, I'm going to play a video for you guys in a minute because it just really shows. And again, we go back to the SEC and how you guys, SEC sucks. They suck. Now, Lady of Crypto says Gary Gensler is quite possibly one of the world's worst picks for SEC chairman. Hashtag fire Gary Gensler. The job of the SEC chairman is to be an impartial regulator. And Gensler is anything but. That is so true. In 2019, I did not know this actually. In 2019, he applied for a job at Binance and was rejected. He actually flew all the way to Japan to meet CZ. So I honestly think, listen, I honestly think Gary is out for crypto because he just has a grudge, right? He probably was wanted to be a part of crypto and just got shot down. So now he's like, you know what? I'm coming after you guys. You know what, Gary? It ain't working, brother. It ain't working. And I just want you guys to watch this video, and it really just shows how incompetent the SEC is, and everybody is seeing it, right? So let's see how Gary gets his ass handed to him.
You refuse to be transparent with Congress regarding your interactions with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. That's the investigation we started last Congress. Finally, your lack of responsiveness to this committee's legitimate oversight continues to be unacceptable. And I want to finish here. In February, the committee made multiple requests for documents to the Securities Exchange Commission. This is normal congressional oversight. Yet 7 months later, the committee has not received a single non-public document that was not part of a FOIA production. As I said, our patience is wearing thin. The SEC is not above the law, nor is it unique. Other financial regulators have routinely complied with congressional oversight. So let me be clear. I do not want to be the first chairman of this committee to issue a subpoena to the Securities Exchange Commission. And you should not want to be the first SEC chair to receive a congressional subpoena. Either we find a path forward where the SEC recognizes Congress as a co-equal branch of government and is responsive to our oversight duties, or my option is to issue a subpoena. It's time for you to consider the lasting consequences of your actions, and what that means to the Securities Exchange Commission's reputation long term. While your time in this role may be temporary, the repercussions for your actions may be permanent for the agency. I yield back.
You heard it, right? Gary, you better start straightening up. SEC, you are not above the law. You're not above the law. So get your together. Get it together, please. Get it together. Let's move on to the last Twitter highlight by Michael Saylor. He says, if you don't have access to dollars, Bitcoin is a lifeline. And then he has this chart which shows the global currencies 10-year percentage change versus the US dollar. Now, this is crazy to see. And obviously, we got the number one is Venezuela. I don't know if you guys know, but I grew up in Venezuela. I lived there for about 15 years. And I first-handedly saw what the debasement of a currency looks like. And like, this number is probably bigger than this. It's just not enough space on the chart to put how bad Venezuelan's currency is. But we can see just the chart shows every single one, and how, look, we have the Sudanese pound, after that Syrian pound, and it just goes on and goes on. What does this show? This shows that, one, yes, this is against the US dollar, right? But we need to understand that the US dollar is also going down. We just don't see it. We don't feel it because the US dollar is the main currency used internationally. In my opinion, that will change. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in a year, maybe not in the next 10 years. But historically, the transition of currency to currency is inevitable. Normally, it's about 100 years. I think the US dollar is about hitting the 80 or 85 year mark. So, we have another 15 to 20 years, in my opinion, before a change needs to happen. And I am an advocate for Bitcoin becoming the next currency in power. I think it has everything that a true currency needs to maintain reputation, stability, and trust. So something to consider. We can create that adoption. And I think there's a lot of people in different countries and a lot of people in power who would like to see that as well. Okay. Now, finally, let's move on to the adoption highlights. And today we have crypto wallets for cross-border payments. Oh, sorry. MoneyGram introduces non-custodial crypto wallets for cross-border payments. MoneyGram partners with Stellar to launch non-custodial digital wallet. Set to launch in the first quarter of 2024, new digital wallet will allow MoneyGram customers to cash out their digital asset at any participating MoneyGram location worldwide. Additionally, the wallet will let users send digital assets to other wallet users. However, privacy advocates might take issue with the fact that MoneyGram will apply its compliance screening to all wallet users. Again, there's a fine line, right? We want adoption, but with adoption comes regulation. So we got to be able to maneuver this sea of regulation. But again, I still see this as a positive adoption, because the more people that have access to moving cryptocurrency around, getting to use it, especially in developing countries, we know that this is an issue, right? For people to even be able to cover their basic needs. And this is definitely a good way forward. Next, we have Xbox goes crypto. Leaked Microsoft roadmap includes wallet plans. You know what? This I don't even have to go through this too much, but basically, Xbox, the next generation Xbox console ecosystem, could offer gamers a crypto wallet integration, according to unredacted documents published as part of the FTC's case against Microsoft in its planned acquisition of developer Activision. So this is going to happen no matter what, because the combination of gaming, metaverse, and just the powerhouse, the amount of money that's going to push into the cryptocurrency space is going to be mind-blowing. So yeah, start stacking those gaming coins and take a look at what we have. Again, we have a separate portfolio for gaming and metaverse. If you want to learn more about that, please join us at our FOM or contact me. Let's book a call. Let's get together and take a look at what that could look like for you. Finally, final news report: adoption. How Ibiza's most prominent nightclubbers are jumping on the crypto trend. While it may seem counterintuitive initially, the crypto market has much to offer to nightclubs and festivals. The symbiosis between these two ecosystems is already unfolding in Ibiza, a Spanish island known for its nightlife and electronic music events in the summer. Go Ibiza! Now, Ibiza aims to become a crypto island by embracing the Web3 trend. It aims to connect local artists, nightclubs, and festivals operators with a global audience and educate the community on the benefits of blockchain. Look, listen, a great news for Ibiza. I'm happy that Ibiza is combining what they're good for, which is nightclub, partying, summer events, and really bringing that together with cryptocurrency. Now, with the advent of metaverse, and we've been seeing a lot of metaverse concerts, I see this as a massive adoption that could happen in Ibiza, because they host a lot of concerts. So imagine if they combine that with the Web3 technology, metaverse integration, and they, live stream massive concerts in metaverse for people all over the world to be able to get into that Ibiza experience. I think that's going to be insane. So, that brings us to the end of this DC live stream. I hope that it was informative. My name is Stefan again, and thank you so much for joining us. Remember, we are here to learn, build, and grow together. I hope that you learned something with me today. If you have any questions, just drop it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.